Hello, I'm Mr. Chabry, and I've been thinking lately, if I was a Pokemon League champion, who would be on my Elite Four? What would their team be? This is basically a response video to Bird Keeper Toby. I'll put a link to his channel down in the description. Well anyway, let's get started. The theme for my Elite Four will be space. The Pokemon League will take place on a tall observatory on top of a mountain. The player will get to choose which order he or she would like to challenge each of the Elite Four members. The first room will bring the player into an icy room. Representing the idea of a comet, we have the first Elite Four member, Bryson. I've always had an interest in theater, so Bryson reflects this very well since he's an actor. Bryson will start out with his Vanillix with Snow Warning. This will set up the snow for his Beartic, which has Slush Rush. He also has a Walrein and a Dugong. And his last Pokemon is Cryogonal. Bryson will be a chilling opponent to face. After defeating Bryson, the player will get to choose the next room he or she enters. Let's say the next room is the room representing black holes. The Elite Four member of this room is Officer Nanu. I've always loved cats, and Officer Nanu also loves cats. Officer Nanu will lead off with his Weavile, who knows Fake Out. It will also know Night Slash and Ice Shard. It will also bring his Crocodile with Intimidate and his Liepard. He also has an Absol, but his main Pokemon that he will use is his Alolan Persian. After defeating Officer Nanu, the player will get to choose which of the last two rooms they would like to challenge. The next room represents the idea of a meteor. Meteors are mostly made out of metal, so the next room contains a Steel-type Pokemon trainer. A Steel-type Pokemon trainer? You're probably wondering, who is this? Steven? Or even Jasmine? No, this is actually my dad. I'm making my dad one of the Elite Four members. So he'll have pretty good Steel types, like starting off with a Skarmory, a Metagross, he'll have a Alolan Trio, and a Magnezone, but his main Pokemon will actually be his favorite Pokemon, Steelix. I don't know why that's his favorite, I guess it's because he thinks it looks cool. But Steelix will be his final stand. After defeating the other three Elite Four members, the player will now go into the final room. This room is representing the idea of the moon. The Elite Four member of this room uses Psychic types, Liza and Tate. The player will have to do a double battle in this room just as they would when they fought Liza and Tate in Ruby and Sapphire and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Liza and Tate will lead off with a Claydol and a Xatu. Claydol will set up Stealth Rocks, as Xatu will be there with its ability Magic Bounce. They also will have a Slowking, and their main Pokemon will be Lunatone and Solrock. So now you've beaten all four of my Elite Four, and now you're ready to take on me, the champion. So basically, since this is space theme, the final room you come to has a pathway leading up, and you see me standing there. Behind me is the sun. Get ready to get burnt. The fire type has always been my favorite, and that's why that's the type I'm going to use as my champion team. I'll start off with a Torkoal. Torkoal will have the drought ability, so it'll set up the sun. Once Torkoal goes down, I'll have my Tortonator come out. Tortonator will have Dragon Pulse, Fire Blast, and Shell Smash, and some other moves. After that, I'll have another Drought setter, Ninetales. Ninetales will actually have Solar Beam and Fire Blast. I'll also have an Incineroar. Incineroar will have Darkest Lariat, Flare Blitz, Leech Life, and Outrage. My next Pokemon will be a Talonflame. Talonflame will have Gale Wings, and it's not really for offensive. It'll start off by setting up a Tailwind, and then after that it'll set up a sunny day. After that sunny day, it'll Brave Bird until it knocks itself out. And then after Talonflame is my final Pokemon. My ultimate stand, Typhlosion. Typhlosion will have Eruption, Solar Beam, Extra Sensory. Typhlosion will be outspeeding a lot of Pokemon with the Tailwind, and the sunny day will hopefully still be up. So Eruption's going to do a lot of damage. Once you finally defeat Typhlosion, you are now the Pokemon Master. So tell me what Pokemon you would use on your Elite Four teams. Write it down in the comments, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next video.